Today we're doing a really quick sketchbook tour. I'm just going to show you the kind of thing that I put in my sketchbook, the things I'm proud of, the things which are awful, and where things went wrong. And that is all this is about, giving you a bit of confidence that things can go wrong, really, and it doesn't matter. I normally leave the front page blank. This is a Brighton sketchbook, A5, nice watercolour paper, and it's always too scary to fill that first page. So I've just written what it's about. Safe space for doodling, colour experiments, and mostly scenes from home. And I filled it all up this month in the last sort of 20 or so days. This is some really simple ink sketches. This one playing with shapes to get this top-down view of a local village. This is a view over Little Paxton, I believe. And this is a church in Little Paxton. And you can see, hopefully, my writing's terrible, but awful perspective. The perspective all went wrong. It looks warped. And I tried to correct it with bold lines as a little exercise. Here, more fun, just really loose and very simple things. These are from photos. So this is Bucharest, this is Keswick. You might have seen these. I've released them as videos on YouTube. And they're really quick, just single lines, and then you get to play and explore with how your colours will interact with each other. I do lots of doodling, as I said. So this is me in a meeting, me wearing my headphones. This is Tash when she was sort of stood up facing away, and this is just a church I invented from my head. More single line doodles, another church, this one from Cheltenham, another scene from Keswick, another from Coolbeck, another from Coolbeck. This is where we were on holiday at the beginning of November, and all I'm doing is playing with single lines and different colours, letting them flow and float. More doodling here, and this is actually a photo I found on Instagram of a quite boring photo, and I wanted to see could I make it interesting by making it really simple. And I actually didn't like this one very much, but there you go. Same over here. I was trying to play with simple ideas with hatching and trying to build up to a more realistic sort of sketch of Betty, my dog, in an interesting pose, and showing that you can go step by step. It worked okay. It wasn't the best either. And then back to the stuff I know and enjoy. This is a church. I loved the perspective. This is me having a go at really warped perspective and how simple hatching can play with that. This is another one I've released on YouTube, which hopefully you'll recognise. Again, simple doodles. This is while I was out and about. I actually sketched this from a BBC News story. Again, trying to turn these doodles here into scenes. So you might have seen this as a video on YouTube as well. And all I've done is taken these ideas and again done some drawings of Betty. This is more one-line doodling. These ones are actually stood up out and about. So they probably took me about maybe 5 or 10 minutes, just stood there, sketchbook in hand, pen in the other. Same here, another out and about sketch. This one is the earliest sketch in this sketchbook. This is sat in a cottage we hired in Coolbeck for our holiday at the beginning of November. Then the sketchbook got put to one side and I finished it in December. Here, more doodles. This time I was stood in a train station. I just wanted to get a very loose feel of this perspective. Clearly, this is a bottle of milk I was holding. So I held the milk and doodled it in the other hand. Me and Tash gone wrong, Tash's face gone wrong. And more simple scenes. When I use markers, one of the problems with markers is they bleed through. So I can't use this page. And again, just more simple doodles here. Again, showing how simple shapes can develop into something. And this is entirely done using hatching. So there's very little line work in here. It's all just hatching and tone. And this is supposed to be me. It's an okay likeness. This is actually quite a good likeness. Again, off a photo from Instagram. And this is more playing with value. So simple value scale, simple sketches, and just working on seeing that value. Very simple doodles, working on the same ideas. And the same again, this time with water-soluble ink. And the same again, more of the same simple things. This is really simple stuff. Here I'm actually looking at other people's art. So this is by Simon Blackbird, and I've copied his sketch to see what ideas he has, which I like, and see how that works for me. This, I think Sketernal or Sketchternal. A very good, very interesting, very good simple sketcher from the Netherlands, I believe. That's his church. I think there's more like this. So this is Urban Sketch Liners sort of scene. She's got an amazing way of hatching. Another by Urban Sketch Liner where it was really rough and ready, and these simple lines sort of carried the whole scene. I was just trying to see if I copy that, can I pick up some ideas which I enjoy from it? And then we're back to my actual work and ideas, more just hatching and hatching. You can see, I hope you get the idea through all of this. I'm trying to build on ideas. This isn't, so all the way from here, all the way through, I'm just trying to build on ideas of hatching and take it from rather simple and boring things through to simple and quite fun, through to just like, can I take it back to my style? And this I quite like. This is just down the road from me, and this simple scribbly hatching, I haven't fully incorporated it into my normal style, but it's a fun exploration. And here, a simple one-line doodle just to relax. And this is a load of stuff which I've released on Skillshare. So I was playing again. These are all one-line flowers. This is a one-line Betty sat in a chair, and then she turned around so her head was looking out. I thought that was quite fun to do. In between, doodling flowers, practicing other things as well, and showing the sort of principles that I'm going for. So I fill up a lot of my sketchbooks with these very, very simple doodles because for me they're fun, they add a lot, and they're great teaching tools as well. This again, this is stuff I've done to show principles, shapes going to simplification, and then at the end back to just sketching loose flowing colours. And that's it, pretty much done. Couple of pages unfinished. I'll fill them up at some point. This is another scene. This is a Louis Vuitton building. I actually filmed this one for YouTube, and then, well, you tell me in the comments if you really like it. I've still got the footage. I got a bit lost, got to confess. I think it's worked okay in the end, but along the way I got lost. I wasn't really sure where I was heading. Some of the perspective went a bit wrong. So there's quite a few things I film and then I go, I'm not sure I was adding to anyone's life with that. Although this sketch I quite like. I quite like what's happened. I think my waffling over the top would have been confusing at best. And there you go. At the end, I often have a lot of pages where I've scribbled, and these are like ideas. These are things I want to do. Often, like the last few pages will be filled with that. And that is my sketchbook. So that is November and December 2023. The good, the bad, and the extremely ugly in places. But hopefully gives you an idea of how you can fill up a sketchbook, feel proud of it, and use it to develop ideas when you then move on and sketch in other grander places. So thank you everyone for watching my little sketching videos. If you enjoy my content, please do subscribe to my channel because it makes me really, really happy. Thanks again.